Very recently, I read this Rizek's books on pandemic, and Rizek's speculation, Rizek's understanding about this pandemic virus is that it is maybe because of the globalist world we are in. The virus made use of the globalized situation. That's why today one person may be working, an Englishman may be working in Singapore. Today he will go to the Singapore, next day he will go to France for skiing. That means the world is so connected together. And the virus is spreading using that connection that which is already there, which humans have established. And that's how his reasoning goes. And I was waiting to read what this Bruno Latour may be speaking about virus. And recently, I read one interview he gave to the Guardian newspaper, and I also read one of his articles. Uh, Bruno Latour is very one of the greatest thinker we have today, and he is a sociologist. He mainly studies science. He studies sociological way, and very famous his sociological studies on science. And he is a futuristic thinker. He always takes in consideration what is coming to us from the future. And he even defines faith as our relation to the future. Faith is all about nourishing a noble and speculative relation towards the future. That's how he defines even faith. And he says that we are living in an apocalyptic time, in apocalypse. It means the end time. And he says, and this apocalypse is also known as the revelation time. And that's why we call the book of Revelation as the book of Apocalypse. Both are same. And there is some revelation is coming to us. And what is that of revelations? And he says that we must know that it is all about future. The future has taken a definite shape because of our activity, because of everything we have done. The future is already have taken a shape, and we only get a glimpse of it and intimations of that future that are coming to us. And what we can do, and we can do is that we should be worthy of ourselves to receive that future that is coming to us. It is already has taken shape, and our thinking, our life, our economy, and our politics should take note of that future that is coming to us. Otherwise, everything will be futile. And even this, when we speak of future, is eternal life. What is eternal life? I like what Pope Benedict XVI said about the eternal life. The Ratzinger said about eternal life. Eternal life is a vibrant relation to the future which is already there. I liked it because eternal life doesn't mean that there is a life beyond this life, which is heaven or anything. That is a wrong way of understanding most of the time. Eternal life is already there. It is our vibrant relation to the future, which is already there. That's how he defines it. And Bruno Latour is influenced by these thinkings of the future. And he says that what is the greatest thing we can learn from? This is all about economy. We could halt to the economy. We could suspend the economy for a while, for a long time. Because of this outbreak, we could suppress the economy. The economy was not functioning for a long time. That is the best thing. Because nobody knew this. Capitalism taught us that if there is something which we can never stop, it is economy. And that's what many of the world leaders says that even if many are dying, millions are dying, we should take care of economy. Still, these people are thinking that way. But we can stop this economy for a while. And now we should know what we should start again and what we should cease to do in the economic field. That's what many of the people have to take into considerations. And when we think of economy, he's telling about an example. The owner of one great tulips company in Netherlands, he had a vast production of tulips which he distributed to the whole world. And he was crying in front of TV because of he had such a great loss because of this pandemic. And Bruno Latour investigated how they produce actually this. It was shown how they produce tulips. And now tulips are produced without soil. And they produce without soil and artificial lights. And these tulips are distributed to the whole world in kerosene leaking airplanes. And is it how the tulips are to be produced? And he says that we were showing the world, the earth, that we can produce everything without her help, and abandoning her and destroying her, that we can produce artificially. And this kind of production, are we not supposed to stop it? And he says that actually the greatest injustice, it is when we speak about injustice, we say that the products or the result of the production are not distributed globally for everyone to the poor. Actually, the greatest injustice is the way we made planet fruitful. How we made the planet fruitful is the greatest injustice. That means we are supposed to stop so many way of productions. It doesn't mean that we have to live on love or fresh water. No, this means that we can redefine the way we produce, or are, and if perhaps our economy should not go back to the companies producing things on this fossil fuel. And so many cruise ships are moving around the world, leaking kerosene, leaking everything, destroying the planet Earth. And this is the greatest thing we have to know. But unfortunately, nothing will happen the way we. This is giving an alarming sign. The already a whistle is blown, that we have to take care of everything. This is no, we are capable because of this pandemic. We could keep the social distance. We could suspend so many activities, so many economics, so many traveling, and everything in the world. And we are also capable to seize so many way of productions. And we have to know what are the ways things are to be stopped. And unless we understand it, everything will be futile. And we are not worthy of the future that is coming to us.